The Week with Ben Ellis.
This is Switch.
Now, if you've looked up in the sky at various points this week across Birmingham, you might have seen thick plumes of black smoke. On Monday, we saw a terrible fire in Tysley at a plastics factory, and on Friday, a fire was broken out at the Cadbury Club in Bourneville. So it's been a trying week for the West Midlands Fire Service, that's for sure. And the Area Commander, Samantha Burton, joins me on the line right now. Area Commander, first of all, good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, how would you like to be addressed? Is it Area Commander? Is it Samantha? Is it Sam?
Samantha's fine. Samantha's fine.
Okay, yeah. that is fine. Yeah, the black smoke filled the skies of Birmingham, particularly on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the last 7 days we've seen two, significant fires in size. Where we had, a protracted incident in both cases. Just to give your listeners some information around both of the incidents, we were in attendance fairly quickly within 4 and 6 minutes of both fires. As you said, the Tysley incident on the 10th was extremely challenging for a number of reasons, not only because of the size of the fire, but also you'll remember it was extremely hot. Firefighters are working in extremely hot and arduous conditions. They worked, effectively, assertively and safely throughout, and under those conditions, in that heat, they're in their full PPE, managed to protect the surrounding buildings, of which all were able to carry on operating. So it was a difficult, challenging situation, but managed to bring it under control and protect surrounding areas. And then yesterday, as you saw in the skies over Bourneville, there were plumes of smoke coming from a social club near Cadbury's, opposite Cadbury's factory. The whole building became well alight quite quickly. And again, it was a hot day. Fire crews working, fast to get that fire under control straight away. And again, allowed Cadbury's to carry on producing chocolate. None of the surrounding buildings were affected. And again, working effectively and safely throughout to just ensure that we got the fire under control quite quickly.
Well, at least Cadbury's were able to still produce the chocolate. That's the main thing. A lot of us take that very seriously in Birmingham. That's for sure. As far as Tysley goes, it was web plastic recycling. Paint the picture here. I live in Alton, so a couple of miles away from Tysley, and I work from home because of the pandemic, and I genuinely thought, looking out the living room window, that a thunderstorm cloud was building up because of how hot it was. I said to my partner, it's a really thick black cloud building up out there. I think we're going to have a cracking thunderstorm. And she said, no, that's a fire that's going on in Tysley at the moment. And I said, really? I said, the key thing is we didn't really hear any reports of casualties. I mean, that's the important thing, isn't it? With
absolutely,
like
yeah.
this.
Absolutely, yeah. We had no reports of any people within the building. They all evacuated safely. As you said, the skyline was filled with plumes of black smoke, and I think I live over the south of Birmingham, and I could see the smoke from where I was. I think what we would like to say to the public is, for those people who chose to stay away from the area, thank you. It enables our crews and our resources to attend the scene really quickly, to support the firefighters and the dealing with the incidents. If you are in the area, as our Twitter is, advising local residents to close doors and windows and stay inside, then that's what we'd like to ask the public to do. If you see a large incident, please avoid the area. There will be a number of road closures in place. It won't make your journey home or to work easy. So please, keep away from the areas, and keep your windows and doors closed, just to stop that smoke coming into your building.
And with the case of Tysley, is it an incident where, thankfully, there had been a pandemic? Because a lot of people, if the pandemic had never happened, that fire broke out around about the call was around about 4:45 on Monday. Anybody who knows the Warwick Road heading through Tysley down to one lane, quite often there's roadworks there. There could have been some very serious effects from the smoke on a lot of people who are commuting. So without the roads being at full capacity, because a lot of people still work at home, even though lockdowns ease. I mean, was that a blessing in disguise in many ways?
Yeah, I think it all contributed to allowing us to mobilise our resources really swiftly to the incident and to allow them to get on scene very quickly. I think the fact that it is the summer holidays as well, and people are, although we are, restricting our movements and our activities, people are having summer holidays and enjoying that time with their families. So I think that, coupled with summer leave, people were avoiding the area because we managed to work with the press to get that information out quite quickly to kind of stop people approaching that area. But you're right, it is difficult in those situations. If we do, if you are a driver on the road and you see a blue light, whether it's police or ambulance or fire, just safely allow them to pass through. I mean, we're in a really good position. Our fire control are fantastic at mobilising resources. They've got the technology to be able to mobilise resources that are the closest and then move resources around to manage, the service across the service. So they take into account the traffic as well, to ensure that we get the right resources there as quickly as possible. So yeah, any support the public can give us during those times is really appreciated.
Yeah, and how you might have answered this already, but I mean, how easy or difficult is it to tackle fires of this nature, given the extreme weather in terms of heat that we've had recently? I mean, you mentioned the fire crews were in full PPE and what have you, but is it difficult at the same time for the public to keep their doors and windows closed in extreme heat that we've had, given a lot of people could have asthma or could sort of suffer from the effects of heat exhaustion? I mean, is there a message here for the public who did the right thing the other day?
Yeah, absolutely. If we just think about the firefighters first working in those really hot conditions, not only from the heat of the fire, which was extreme in both situations, but also wearing the fire kit. Their fire kit is there to make sure that they are safe, and does also, increase their heat. We ensure that they've got adequate welfare arrangements and water on scene. Local businesses at the Tysley incident and Cadbury's were really generous in providing welfare and water and food to firefighters, which we really want to say thank you for. Members of the public also, provide refreshments, which generally at fires, we thank them for doing that. Hot conditions can increase the effects of a fire development, but also make it more difficult for crews. But the plans that we have to put in place, we take into that account with the number of people we have on the scene to ensure that we give people rest breaks and rotate crews and really look after the welfare. I think the second part to your question, when asking, the members of the public, yes, it is hot. Having black, nasty smoke in the air is not nice for everyone. So keeping your doors and windows closed for that short period of time till it's safe to do so is absolutely key. If you do suffer from any medical conditions that smoke can irritate, and you can't safely go to another location, then please, just stay in your home. It is warm, but as soon as we can ensure that you're safe to open those windows, we will let people know, and please monitor social media, because that's a great way of us passing our messages over. And
if you just want to give out the West Midlands Fire Service Twitter?
Yes, if you want, firstly, any safety advice. So if you're at home, and you're doing things differently because of the COVID pandemic, please make sure you're safe. If you're having a barbecue, do it safely. We've got loads of advice for members of the public and also businesses during this period, because we're doing things slightly different. We've got a lot of information on our website, which is at www.westmidlandswms.net. I'll say that again, www.wmfs.net. Not easy to say when you're talking for 30 minutes. And then our Twitter account is at West Mids Fire, all lowercase, all one word. You'll easily search for us on there. So, just follow us. We offer loads of safety advice at the moment, and continually, different seasons and different events that are happening. So please follow us.
Just quickly, a side question before we finish. What's recruitment like for the fire service at the moment? I mean, we see a lot of people join up to become paramedics during the pandemic or helping the NHS. What's the recruitment like for the fire service at the moment, or staff retention or turnover or anything like that?
The recruitment for West Midlands Fire Service is excellent at the moment. We are still recruiting, and we are still, even through the COVID pandemic, safely being able to train our firefighters as we would normally. Obviously, the different things in place to ensure their safety. So yeah, absolutely. Visit the website to get our recruitment information. We are continually recruiting. Please have a look, and there's loads of information on there. You can have a look, see what the job's about, see how you apply, and, you know, have a go. That's all I'll say. You know, it's a fantastic job, joining the fire service, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Samantha Burton, Area Commander of West Midlands Fire Service, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. Take care.
For more great videos from the week, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's down here somewhere. And don't forget, you can catch us on the radio every Sunday between 12 and 2 on FM across Birmingham, 107.5, on mobile, on DAB and online. We're made for Birmingham. This is Switch Radio.